Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sarah, if you don't know me. I started my YouTube channel to follow my journey becoming a single mother by choice and going through IVF, as well as getting diagnosed with endometrial cancer and PCOS. So if any of those topics appeal to you at all, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell if you want to be updated anytime I upload new videos. So I apologize I haven't uploaded a new video in a week, but I really haven't had too much to update you on. But I did want to film a video with my updated frozen embryo transfer protocol. So we're changing a couple things because my last frozen embryo transfer was canceled because my lining was not getting thick enough. So if you haven't watched my last couple videos, so when I went for my lining check, the first lining check, my lining was about 7.3 millimeters, I believe. And then that wasn't quite thick enough. So we waited 4 more days, and then my lining was 5.7 millimeters. So it went down. So before, I was taking estradiol pills, 3 tiny little blue pills a day to build up my lining. So this time I talked to my doctor last week, and this time around we are going to try the estrogen patches. So it's called estradiol transdermal system, and the brand is Sandoz. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but I'll hold these up for you. So I believe I'm going to put 4 of these on my stomach every 2 days. So you leave them on, and I guess they stay on in the shower. So every 2 days I would change them out, but I will always have 4 on. And I will start that when I get my next period. So I believe I talked about this in my last video, but so I started using, I have those progesterone suppositories, and I've been putting 1 in at night every day, and I'm going to do that up until December 10th, and then I'm going to stop doing that. And apparently between 1 and 14 days after I stop the progesterone suppositories, I should get my period. So once I get my period again, then I can start the process over again to prepare for my frozen embryo transfer. So I've done some research about how long it should take after stopping progesterone to get your period, and I think on average I read like most women get it definitely within a week, usually within 3 to 5 days. So I decided to stop on December 10th because even if it just takes 3 days and I got it on the 13th, I don't want to get my period any earlier than December 12th. I talked about this before because I'm going to Florida for a week, and I need to make sure that once I start the patches, which can be day 1, 2, or 3 of my cycle. So if I start my period earlier than December 14th by a couple days, then I'll wait until day 3 to start the estrogen, just because I will not be able to have my lining check until December 28th at the absolute earliest. So hopefully I magically get my period on December 14th. That would be amazing because number 1, then that would mean I could have my lining check on December 28th, which is 2 days after I get back from Florida. And then my transfer could potentially be January 4th. And also it would be nice not to have my period in Florida. So, but what this past like week and a half has taught me is like I really need to just be flexible with all this. You cannot count on everything happening according to a set schedule, because ideally it would happen that way, but it just seems like that's not usually what happens. So I think this is good for me. It's good for me to, I like to control things and timing and everything, and this is good practice for me to not have control over everything in my life. Because when I have a baby, I know I will not. So in addition to the estrogen patches that I will start on day 1, 2, or 3 of my period, I am taking another prescription. I believe this is pentoxifylline. And the common brand name for this is Trental. This is another addition that we are making to my protocol that is supposed to also help increase lining thickness. So I already started taking this a couple days ago, and I take 1 3 times a day with a meal. These pills taste really bad. And the very first one I took, I felt drunk. I felt like drunk. I don't drink hardly at all, like 3 times a year. So, so yeah, this made me feel really weird. But that was only the first dose, and I did take it. I ate lots of food. Every time I take this, I eat a lot of food because it says you should not take it on an empty stomach. But so yeah, so hopefully this helps increase my lining thickness also. And last time, I was doing this last time too, but I'm continuing 1 low dose aspirin, or a baby aspirin, every day. So hopefully the philosophy with doing estradiol patches versus the pills is that is a more direct transmittal of estradiol to your system. When you take something orally, it has to get processed through your liver. So we will see if the different method of estradiol helps with my thickness. So I'm really hopeful for that. And then I believe I also said in one of my last videos that I changed my mind about doing the progesterone suppositories instead of the progesterone in oil injections, the infamous PIO. So I did decide that I feel more comfortable doing the injections because I just don't want to take a risk. I know some people do have success with the suppositories also. There are just some studies that have been done that show better, like a lower miscarriage rate with the injections versus the suppositories. So I did get my progesterone in oil shots. I have 1 month supply right now, so I have 3 of these little bottles. And I have the syringes. And this is the needle that you use to draw up the medication. So that is pretty big. But then the needles that I got for the injection, I asked, because I'm smaller, I asked if I could have smaller needles, because typically you get the 1.5 inch needles, and this is just a 1 inch needle. So that does not scare me nearly as much. I think I can handle it. I am gonna have to do it myself, unless I have Lily do it for me. I have a feeling she won't be very good at that, so I'm gonna do it myself. And then, so I will start the progesterone, I believe 5 days before my transfer. And then doxycycline again, which is an antibiotic, and the methylprednisone, which is the steroid. So those 2 are staying the same. I didn't even get to those with my last transfer schedule because it got canceled. So that is all I wanted to update you guys on, and I will let you know as soon as I get my period. I also wanted to give a shout out to all of you subscribers who have just been so sweet and making comments on my videos and emailing me and DMing me on Instagram, and like, I just love that we are building this community of mostly single mothers by choice, going through IVF together, and embryo transfers happening around the same time. And I just think it's so great that we have each other. So thank you for all of your support and keeping me posted on your situations, because I love hearing, you know, what you guys are going through. And I think it's great that we have each other. So thank you. And if you're not subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much, everyone.